Anyone else? Joseph, sorry? Do you find your
Not really.
not really? Why is that?
I think karena I'm still kan aku masih 17 jadi aku belum kebayang sih
Mhm.
for my future.
Okay. But not knowing feature, it is more you find something that you really like, that you like to, I don't know, concentrate on or focus on. Not really perfect. That's still a way to go. But here I'm actually saya juga bukan, I don't know, psychiatrist or something, but I'm just gonna translate your own style into a visual. Itu aja sih. So I'm just going to show some kind of examples on personal identity, but in this term ada corporate identity juga ya. Jadi mungkin kalian bisa ngebedain corporate identity dan self identity. Well, corporate identity is something that inherit the corporation atau entitas. Jadi kalian bikin identitas untuk corporate sama untuk sendiri itu beda banget. Tadi saya bilang mungkin untuk corporation pakai logogram. As you know, LaSalle College ada logogramnya yang lingkaran itu. Tapi in some way, I would like to break that stigma juga ya. So for instance, this is like more corporate, which is Intent Journal atau majalah Intent. We can see that the minimalism on this personal identity is really dominating. Padahal this is corporation, you know. It's totally different than what we see in the, you know, majalah atau anything related to journals. And here we have another examples. Jadi ini bukan perorangan ya, tapi usaha Billy Vega, which is florist. Biasanya kalau florist, kalau kita tahu ya brandingnya biasanya ada ornamen tumbuhan-tumbuhannya gitu. But here Billy Vega don't have any that kind of image. And I think this is like, of course I don't, saya nggak bilang ini bagus, tapi saya suka hal yang bertolak belakang dengan kontennya. Florist sometimes warnanya hijau, tapi di sini we can see like the earthy tone, the sun speaks for itself. But there is someone, a person, took their identity to literal di sini. This is Yong Min Won, graphic designer / textile designer. Menurut saya terlalu obvious ya. Like, okay, ada benang di sini. Like, okay, like that's like showing you a textile designer. But I felt that you can do better than this. Yang kedua adalah banyak banget fashion designer pakai logo, mesin jahit, you know, atau pakai market, image market atau image baju atau image bow tie atau image something else, and like it's like very obvious that showing you I'm a fashion designer. Let's make an image showing that we are a designer. I felt that it's not necessary. You can make it a better way. And this is Cisela. Cisela is like interior design firm di sini. But we can see that it's only play with the logo type. Dan umlautnya di sini titik duanya kayak udah menolong banget bahwa ini like related to furniture, related to interior designer, because kalau kalian ke IKEA kan biasanya, you know, the name is very Scandinavian. Even the product name is Scandinavian, but you don't necessarily need an image to tell that you are the interior designer. You can play with spaces, you can play with the papers, and I think that's enough. Setelah itu ada example yang relates to benang merah ya. Benang merah adalah, as you know, kalau kalian di enterprise mungkin desainnya semua harus ada benang merah ya. Sama juga personal identity. Benang merahnya mungkin ada color palette yang kalian pilih, atau kertas, warna kertas yang kalian pilih juga. Dan di sini kita bisa lihat monochromatic banget ya, grayscale lah, abu-abu. Tapi and then we see some kind of color, stabilo pink di sini, yang menjadi signature personal identity ini. Kita bisa lihat ada gilding. Jadi di kartu ini biasanya yang kalian lihat punya Pedro, ujung-ujungnya berwarna itu gild namanya. Jadi diwarnain di ujungnya. Bisa manual ya. And this is example of personal identity that needs more than one business card, for instance. Kalau misalnya digabungin gini menjadi kayak stempel di sini, big deal. But in my opinion, you don't need to do this. But I show you because several references of design that who knows you find it interesting. This is personal identity that relies on the color of the paper. Kita bisa lihat desainnya sama semua di sini, tapi yang membedakan cuma kertasnya. Or you want to have something more gimmicky, yang tadi saya udah mention ya, gimmicky. Gimmick means like to copy some kind of ideas that related to your passion, related to your profession. You know, Bellerin, artist. Terus kita bisa lihat kalau ngasih business card kayak orang Jepang, you know, they tend to do this. Terus ada sidik jarinya. It's like a painter gitu. They got their hand all dirty all the time. And dari painter menjadi fotografer di sini, Yano Eberhard. Yang saya suka dari identity design ini adalah ada satu hal yang menunjukkan dia fotografer tapi nggak secara direct. Can you guess which part that shows him related to a camera or related to photography? Starts now. Guessing games. Selain ada tulisan fotografinya ya, let's forget about that. But there's something in this design that interprets some kind of something from camera.
The bracket?
The bracket? This one, yeah?
Yeah.
What is that tells you?
The focus on the...
Correct. And also, you see the country code 49?
Yeah.
It reminds you of something. Di sini nomor telepon juga. When you take a look on the cameras, digital cameras, on the settings, diaphragma, shutter speed, and this is like reminds me of that. But you're correct. This is the bracket. Looks like a target. They focusing on interface. But I bet Yano designer didn't really pay. Okay, this is probably coincidental, but I don't think it's coincidental. I think it's design. But who knows? Yano, it's not Yano idea. It's not the designer. But this is the thing that try to be minimal, but the context sometimes keluar aja gitu tanpa harus kita tunjukin. And this is one of my favorite too, Masako Ogura. Masako Ogura is a stylist. Identity designer dia konsisten banget ya. So I'm talking about consistency here. Logonya dia cuma Masako Ogura di kiri sama di kanan. Lalu ada space dan kita bisa lihat di sini informasinya di kiri. Masako Ogura stylist, ada indentation di sini. Dan kita lihat bisnis cardnya sama juga. Masako Ogura penempatannya sama dan indentnya juga sama. But what I like about that, she gives this image that indicates her styling methods atau styling seperti stylingnya berarti nggak yang high fashion magazine yang kalian udah lihat sebelumnya. It's very contemporary. So talking about identity design, business card shapes again important. I like smaller. I like something that I could keep in my wallet, a small wallet. But here we have something more than just a rectangle. Ada yang simetris, kotak. Ada juga yang perspektif seperti ini. Ada juga yang nggak persegi 4 tapi ini persegi 6, whatever it is. Is it allowed? Yeah, of course. You can do whatever you want as long as it fits with your identity. Yang kedua adalah on branding yourself, how to choose the right visuals. So di sini saya cuma menyampaikan metode bagaimana mencari visual yang tepat dari kalian sendiri ya. So I don't know, this is just example that I did for you. So if you love something stupid and silly, just put it down on your brainstorm, for instance. So here I'm just taking photographs of a cat. But I'm exploring the way that my identity design will be. Di sini kucingnya saya taruh di background warna macam-macam juga yang nggak relate dengan saya. And then you try to push the boundaries, like for instance to make the cat long, or just break it. And then you found out that to put your interest in your identity design probably too much. Tapi nggak masalah, kalian mulai dari apapun itu di dalam lingkungan kalian atau hobi kalian atau interest kalian. When you love cats, but it doesn't really resonate if you put it in your CV or business card, it's felt stupid. And then the second thought was playing with my name. So I have students also don't have surnames, nama panjangnya nggak ada. Jadi setiap kebetulan saya juga demikian, surname saya in my passport itu nggak exist. So every time I book ticket, I book this, that, I always have to repeat my name in order to fill out the surname. So what if this my identity, misalnya Amelia, namanya instead of Amelia mungkin Lia aja atau LIA atau you want to create some kind of new identity, it's fine. Misalnya Jocelyn, Joyce, you want to create new identity that relates to your pronunciation of your name. Kayak Paunia, Pau, it's fine. So here you can just try to explore from the name. Jadi identity kalian bisa bermain dari nama kalian gitu, bukan sesuatu yang personal, bisa juga. But I felt that Jordan it's too childish, and it needs surnames that from my dad's name. And then I tried to experiment with there's so many things that you can do. Misalnya pakai cat air, pakai kuas, pakai Procreate, pakai Canva, pakai whatever it is. Try to find the right result for your identity. Banyak banget. Terus saya akhirnya gabungin antara manual dengan tulisan di komputer, tulisan fontnya. And then I found out that okay, this is great identity design, like using manual, tinta manual, tapi tetap structure juga. But in this case, rotation makes it playful. So, and then like I found that it is interesting to do this. Jadi kayak rotation itu misalnya ada instalasi, misalnya di studio, huruf-hurufnya ketiup angin gitu, terus dia bisa muter-muter. So yeah, it's just some kind of gimmick, but I think identity design sometimes needs that. Terus akhirnya dibikin letterhead. So letterheadnya adalah seperti ini. Tapi kalian bisa memiliki berbagai macam dinamisme logonya. Jadi Jordan-nya itu bisa muter-muter, etc. Terus ini kalau diisi surat, letters, and this is the business card. You can see this is the business card, and also the envelope. Yang paling penting adalah kekonsistenan penempatan. Misalnya di kiri atas, ya udah di kiri atas, terus alamatnya di bawah, dan lain-lain. Terus aplikasinya misalnya bikin instalasi, ada di studio baik lagi kayak dia bisa ketiup angin, something like that, related to the identity design. But I will gonna tell the methods of my students as well. Jadi assignmentnya adalah yang pertama logo ya. Kalian akan bikin logo itu yang mungkin agak cukup sulit. Terus ini submissionnya tulisnya black infraboard di print, gak usah ya, langsung aja kalian print di stationery, which is letterhead dan business card. Business card is important. Ini guide yang normal ya, ukuran normal. Tapi saya pengen kalian bisa eksperimen dengan ukuran, bisa lebih kecil formatnya. Letterhead with dummy text sama without dummy text. A4. Dummy textnya kalian bisa lihat di yang udah ada. It's like applying for jobs. That's it. So this is Karina Nisa. This is the way that she did her brainstorm. Karina Nisa, me. Terus ada berbagai macam arahan ya di sini, like interest, characteristic, even colors, references of sports, music, hobbies, everything that she could write here is basically everything. And then she concluded her brainstorm process. She asked her friend, probably a list of keyword from her friends. Jadi dia nanya teman-temannya, can you write a list of keywords about me? Even though it's bad, it's fine. And the next step is a sketch. Sketch is important. Gak harus bagus, tapi kalian next week harus membuat sketch sebanyak-banyaknya dari hasil brainstorm kalian. Entah logo, entah business card, entah letterhead, entah any kind of visuals that could lead to this final identity system. Yang seterusnya adalah saya rekomend kalian ya mencoba memakai Adobe Illustrator. Jadi di Adobe Illustrator ini enak banget sih. I mean, for instance, you want to make some kind of exploration. It's easy as in try several fonts and then try to terus kalian bisa expand and then you can play like I don't know something rotate terus bisa dibikin distort. So wait, there is so many things that you can do. Simple, and I can help you with Illustrator. Tapi kalau kalian pakai di Canva, something like that, I don't know how to edit Word in Canva. Cuman kalau di sini kalian bisa edit sedetail ini ya. Bisa dimainin, even titik-titiknya, something like that lah. So Illustrator is important in this course. Jadi ini logo prosesnya Karina. Dia bermain di Illustrator and this is the outcome, the logo. And the color was purple because in the brainstorm that she found out she hates purple so much, so she used purple in the personal identity. Jadi bertolak belakang dengan personality dia. It's very very interesting. Dan hasilnya cukup menarik ya. Jadi business cardnya dia taruh di shrink wrap foil. So there's like the wordings agak hidden gitu. Jadi dari brainstormnya dia desain alamat sama namanya ini nggak kelihatan, tapi harus dilapisin sama kertas kalkir baru alamat sama nomor teleponnya muncul. Agak ribet sih. But if she wants it like that, yeah, why not? Ini adalah satu contoh lagi ya, dia nggak pakai logo Tapen ribet-ribet. Marsha Haryanto. Dia inspired by brutalism architecture yang using concrete, nggak dicat, semua serba abu-abu. Tapi yang paling menarik adalah di sini. Here the business card, susah banget ya. Mungkin di Teams kelihatan. Kenapa?
It's not presenting.
Oh, it's not. Sorry. Jeez. My apology.
Okay.
Sorry. Jadi ini reflektif ya. Jadi si Marsha ini the core portfolio bukunya dia harus pakai reflection. Jadi alamat emailnya kelihatan sampai harus di kaca baru lihat. Well, I forget why she did that, but it's kind of interesting. So ini San Angelica. This is the process of her brainstorm. And she, instead of using Illustrator, dia pakai iPad kalau nggak salah untuk bikin sketch font. Jadi dia instead of using fonts dia gambar sendiri. Gambar itu terus di trace ya sama dia, di trace di komputer. Jadilah seperti ini. Jadi this is not font, she did it by herself. So she traced it, I don't know, is it Photoshop or Illustrator? So this is the final result. And this is her business card. Kalau di stretch pakai koin, kesannya kelihatan dan kontras banget sama warna hitam koinnya. Beautiful. Ini Faye yang kalian lihat tadi yang ada warna pink sama hijau. Faye in this case dia ngumpulin referensi dari Pinterestnya dia sih. Ada foto-foto yang gak menarik, ada foto-foto yang dia suka, ada sketch yang menurut dia lucu, ada warna-warna yang menurut dia menarik. Dia kumpulin dalam satu board. And then she found this color palette that resonates with her. And for the logo, she would like to use the inheritance of Chinese language yang Faye punya. Ada personasnya, which is Faye means fly. I'm gonna be stronger than Hercules, never die like a zombie, like something like that. Terus ini exercise dia ya. Ini exercise banyak banget. Dari huruf Chinese sampai huruf gimmicking Chinese lettering tapi bisa kebaca untuk orang Indonesia. Terus dia ingat ada Subing itu seniman dulu eksibit di Museum Macan, di mana dia memakai Chinese lettering tapi dia bisa kebaca untuk orang-orang kayak kita yang nggak bisa baca Chinese lettering. Dan dia nemu Faye, huruf Faye ini bisa kebaca tapi it somehow bahasa Chinese Mandarinnya juga ada mirip, which is dragon strike. Ketemulah logonya si Faye, bagus banget. Yang tadi kalian lihat printnya, letterhead. Terus Marges cukup beda juga ya kalau Marges ya. Dia relates to her inheritance of profession, which is many of Marja's family is a doctor. Dia menemukan dari simbol medicine. Terus progresnya dia dari main nama Marges terus dibikin, distortion, this and that. Sampai dia menurut dia lebih menarik bermain dengan logogram, which is cukup keren. Dan logogramnya inspired by this medicinal symbols. And I think this is the final result, if I'm not wrong. Maria Jessica, tapi digabung-gabungin agak abstrak dikit, but and this is the font's choice. Oh yeah, this is the final. Jadi business card-nya itu dia cat kayak gips ya, gips kalau patah tulang. Probably still related to medicine, but it's not obvious. Dan Maria Jessica Susilo-nya blind debos, sorry, emboss yang keluar, debos yang masuk. And blind means there is, dia nggak dicetak tinta ya di bolong-bolongannya. Jadi it needs lights in order to see the shapes of the words. And this is the letterhead. Satu kritik, kadang business card sama letterheadnya nggak terlalu ada benang merah ya. Menurut saya ini kurang ada benang merahnya. Karena in business card we see some kind of niceness in the visuals, kayak ada blank debosnya, tapi di letterhead jadi kayak biasa aja gitu. So my suggestion is try to make business card and letterhead related, entah dari printing methodsnya. Jadi bagusnya misalnya yang pakai blind deboss, ya udah pakai blind deboss gitu. So, brainstorm, nggak harus brainstorm bentuknya kayak gitu, bisa juga just list down of, I don't know, mishmash. And Hidemi is quite interesting. Dia balik ke masa kecil dia di sini ya. Dia kalau tulis nama Hidemi, realizing something ya. H ke I-nya ini menarik menurut dia. Jadi this kind of shapes that she did during her childhood, dia curi terus di refine lagi sama dia. Jadi TH-nya dia ambil dari masa kecil dia. Dan ini sketch-nya. Dan jadilah kartu nama Tufaila Hidemi. Yeah, this is scratch, don't be like her, but I just want to show you the process. And this is Cindy Sebastiani. I remember told you that she wants to hide her identity, so it needs to be scratched in order to see the information. But you can scratch coin it. It's funny though. Alright. Kira-kira di situ aja. And I will show you, tolong dicatat ya, I will show you some kind of website yang untuk download fonts ya. Kalian bisa di screenshot. Oke. Kalian jangan download fonts di dafont.com, tapi download fonts di website ini. Ada namanya Ekal Typeface. Caranya adalah ada trial di sini. Just klik trial. And then, wait, I forgot. I think you need to register. So and then you can download the trial. Tapi font di sini menarik banget ya. Kedua adalah Pangram. Pangram ini bisa download trial juga ya. Kalian bisa misalnya klik salah satu ini, try it for free. Kalian isi email aja, udah cukup. Nanti dikirimin ke email kalian. Fontnya juga bagus-bagus banget dari segi kualitas. Tiga adalah Swiss Typeface. Di Swiss Typeface ini fontnya bagus-bagus, tapi gak ada trial. Ini kalau mati-mati kalian lihat screen share aja ya. Kalau kalian ada yang suka, kalian bisa kontak saya mau yang ini, saya kirim fontnya, oke? Soalnya kalau nggak kalian mesti beli. Ini nggak ada trialnya yang Swiss. Yang keempat adalah Optimo. Optimo juga nggak ada trialnya, jadi kalau ada yang kalian suka, misalnya kalian lihat typeface, ada yang kalian suka di sini, just email me or OmniFox me, I will give you ya. Terakhir adalah Google Fonts. Google Fonts is the best. Free, kualitasnya bagus, banyak banget. Dan yeah, it's free. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is what I recommend for you for the fonts. Kalian bisa eksperimen, misalnya udah download terus pakai font ini pakai font ini, sebanyak-banyaknya kalian exercise, kalian nemu font yang menarik itu ada di sistem kalian, itu akan mempercepat proses. So jangan di download. Terus saya nggak tahu Canva tuh bagus-bagus sih fontnya. Jelek? Jangan pakai Canva. Oke. Kira-kira itu sama sudah. Oke, di document list saya kirim link ini ya. Cetak. Jadi cetak itu macam-macam. Ini reference saja, dan kualitas company mahal. Ailito, kualitasnya udah biasa aja. I'm not helping you, but this is this references ya. Printlab itu bagus. Beberapa student pakai Printlab, pakai reference saja. Saya nggak tahu orang yang masih kenal sama saya atau enggak. Tapi ini reference-nya Irda. Irda is I print so many things with Irda. So if you want to do, just mention my name. Terus Bintang Sempurna of course kalian tahu ya, di Ben Hill. X Graphic kalian tahu juga di Ben Hill atau di Gandaria. Biang Lala Printing ini saya langganan di dia kalau bikin business card. Jadi yang welcome press itu di Biang Lala, dan very reliable, but do not take personal for the customer relation karena dia straightforward mereka. Kira-kira ini sih yang reliable. Dan banyak banget printer yang kalian bisa tanya langsung di Ben Hill, cari di Instagram. Dan ini referensi yang kalian akan pakai untuk portfolio, cetak identity system atau business portfolio final. This is just references. And timeline, kita ada di week 3 ya sekarang. Project briefing dan brainstorm. Week 4 kalian sudah ngasih lihat visual output dalam bentuk sketch atau eksplorasi dari logo kalian, entah sketch yang masih jelek, tapi saya mau yang kalian kalau bisa sebanyak-banyak mungkin, saya garis bawahi ya, sebanyak mungkin eksplorasinya. Mungkin nama kalian di font ini, font itu, terus eksplorasi sketsa logogram, whatever you want to do with the identity system. And then week 5 we do consultation for visual output on computerized format. Jadi ini udah masuk ke komputer, which is Adobe Illustrator atau editing software yang kalian pakai di iPad, whatever you want to do. And week 6 we have final consultation and finalizing ideas. Jadi dari week 6 ke week 7 itu cetak. Week 7 we will have presentation. Nggak ada presentation di komputer, semua langsung di printed. Jadi nggak ada digital presentation ya, kalian submitnya printed. And for the details, you can see the Omnifox ya, semuanya. What to do, some references, assignment checklist, and final submission. Ini saya belum revisi nih. Nanti kalian di deadline-nya ada di Omnifox, which is 1 Juli atau 3 Juli gitu. It's 1 Juli ya. So early next month. That's it. Any questions so far? Karin ada pertanyaan mungkin? No? Alman, any questions? Here? Rila? Okay. Okay. Kalau gitu, you can start doing brainstorm and any kind of methods yang tadi saya tunjukin, bebas. Kalian mau bikin slides di Canva, mau gabungin semua di situ. References, whatever you want to do.